tell you, this is a banger. An absolute banger. But that is because the real life building is also an absolute banger. I'm just trying to switch it up with the this is a good one part, but this was, I want to say, heavily inspired, but more than heavily inspired by an actual real life building that is breathtaking, I want to say. There's a video about it, like a short documentary kind of thing. It is an old gas station. I mean, you've probably gotten that from the title already, and then also from this huge debug item, which is actually base game, I think. There's some more gas stations that came with eco lifestyle and potentially some other pack that I'm not thinking of right now, that do have an actual building attached, so that's why I couldn't use these. So I was really happy about this base game debug object, which also looks really similar to the one that I'm referencing. So I've watched this very short video documentary kind of thing. It's only 3 minutes long, and it's so cool. I love this whole project so much. I'm gonna link it in the description, and it's absolutely worthy of being seen by you. I'm still gonna talk about it, but I'm gonna expect you to watch it just because it was so much fun and so inspiring. So it's a gallerist from Germany, Berlin, I think, who took this old gas station and refurbished it. It was vacant for, I don't know, was it 50 years or was it only like 20 years? I'm not sure, but a long time. So it's from the 50s, if I'm not mistaken. And he took it, and I think he used it for a gallery at first, and then he reverted it into his home, his personal home, which is just so much fun, and it's amazing. That video is great. I think he seems like such a passionate, just kind, nice guy. I really liked him. And yeah, he told the story of how it had been up for buying. There was a to sell sign in some window or somewhere on the property, and he rode his bike by it all the time, I think every day. And after some time, a few months, I think, the sign was gone, and then suddenly he realized that he really wanted to buy this. Isn't that so relatable? Isn't that like the single most relatable thing? And he doesn't say that in the video, but I read up some more about him, and he has also published a few books, I think. So he usually does gallery work, and then he has some cool project that he does on the sides, and he has, like, I don't know, opened a cinema when he was in his early 20s or something, and he's just really inspiring, I think. So I took a lot of inspiration from that build. I tried to get it kind of accurate. There's no actual overhead shots in the video, or at least there are none on the internet that I could find. So this has been kind of a guessing game, and I think the front is kind of accurate. So the actual gas station part is quite accurate. Those huge windows, which are round in real life, and that would have elevated this build some more, I think. But we all know that's not possible in The Sims. But I still think it looks really accurate to the actual one, and also just really cool and really mid-century. So I really enjoyed that. And then he has these parts on the side of the building. So they're not actually, I think they might have been separate buildings once. So this little addition, the one with the red tiles on the side, I think he has additions on both sides of this front glass facade part, which is where you would go to pay for your gas. So I think that red tile building that I've put there would have been a car service or a car washing station. You know, I'm guessing you know what a gas station looks like usually. But yeah, so I try to keep some of those features, which is why I've used those big sliding doors by Harry. So I think those fit really well. And I think you saw that. I think I did not cut that out. I've tried to use the Moschino red windows from the same set that I've used the doors from, because in real life, all of this gas station has these pale beige, kind of off-white, very 50s tiles all around, and then red features like red framed doors and red framed windows. And those Moschino ones actually fit pretty well, I think, but the contrast just didn't look right in The Sims. So I've opted for this solution to make this little addition part red tiles and then keep the front facade in these beige, cream's the color, cream tiles, which I think looks really good and really 50s. Really impressed by that. I was actually quite happy with the tile selection that The Sims offers for once, which does not happen usually when I do bathrooms and stuff. So this pool over there is so cool in real life. I mean, I'm gonna tell you to watch the video again because it's so nicely done as well, and it's just really fun to watch. So he has ducks there in real life. I'm just gonna let that set in because he has ducks in the middle of a major city, in the middle of a very densely populated area. He has ducks right there. That's so cool. That's just so cool. So obviously we do not have ducks in The Sims, but I've put in the koi, like this koi object from, oh my god, what's it called? Snowy Escapes, that lets koi spawn wherever you put it. So I've put that in there to get a similar feeling. But of course, ducks would have been amazing. And this is also usable for swimming, I think. Can a sim enter a pool which has koi? I think they can. Which is not accurate to real life, if I'm not mistaken, but that's fine, I guess. So you could use this for swimming if you wanted to. And then also he has this beautiful garden all around it, which is also such a cool, like, luxurious thing to have in the middle of a major city. And I don't know if you can tell, but I envy him a lot. Also, those grasses that I've just put down, I think they might be from Island Living, or they might not at all. I'm not sure. I don't know, I just have some kind of Island Living association. So those do sway in the wind. I did not know about this, and I do not know how I did not know about this. But it is so, it's great. I love it so much. Looking at this lot in live mode is so beautiful with all these slightly moving parts, and it really brings this overgrown feeling home, I think. It just makes it all better. So yeah, I've wanted this to have a very overgrown feeling. I think his garden area does that as well. He has a lot of grasses and very wild looking plants instead of like accurately planted landscaped flowers or something. And then all these trees that kind of block the view from this major street that this gas station is on. So I've kind of I can't say stolen because I've basically stolen this whole concept and this whole build from him. But yeah, so I've also done those big trees all around the lot, and I've tried to make sure that they do not block the view if you actually want to play in this. So this is not very accurate, the garden, I think, because he has this kind of cobblestone all around, and he doesn't have the tar basically on the street anymore. So this part looks a little more natural, but then I've tried to contrast it with making it a little more overgrown, because I really wanted to keep this street-like feeling, because I thought it was such an interesting feature. And if I were to design a place like this, or refurbish or remodel or whatever a place like this, then I would want to take this concrete kind of feature and really play with it. I felt it has some kind of post-apocalyptic vibe with the street being so overgrown and being used for something else. I don't know, I just love this look of this street looking area, which is not really a street anymore, not used by cars, and then make it actually unusable for cars. You're gonna see me put in the Jardin, those big concrete, I mean, they're not armchairs, they're featured chairs. I don't know, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, because I think I'm gonna go ahead and say they are the best object that came with the Jardin by Harry and Felix, which is an amazing pack all around, but those chairs are chef's kiss. So you're gonna see me put those on the street right there in a few seconds. And I don't know, this how obvious it is that this is made for cars but can't be used by cars anymore just because there's something in the way. I don't know, I just love that for some reason. Yes, those are what I'm talking about. I'm gonna move them in a second because I wanted the people who live there to have some place to sit in the sun. That's just, yes. That's what I would wish for. I would definitely place those in the sun. So that's why I moved them. And also I've put those planting pots planting pots in there, because he said in the video or in some kind of article, or I don't know, that he actually gardens a lot, and that he plants his own tomatoes and other vegetables. And I thought that is also just such a rare thing to be able to do in a big city. So I really wanted to capture all those really nice things and put them in this build as well. And then this office is actually, that I'm building right now, is actually also something that you see in the video. There's not too much that you get to see from the interior. It's only the kitchen, this office, and then the living room that he has behind this main glass facade in this huge room in the very front. Which I think, because I've seen some different pictures from over the years, so I think that video is 5 or 6 years old by now as well, and I think he has changed it up quite a bit. So I think he used to have a dining room in there, and now it's a living room. Or it might actually be the other way around. I'm not sure, but I've put the living room in there. So I've kept the concept of this office and then of some of the other rooms that I've seen. I've taken inspiration from the kitchen, but I've not really copied it. Also, this is only 3cc, so I think there's some object by Felix Andre that is free in there. Yeah, I'm putting one of those huge historical paintings in the staircase later on, but that is free to download. So all of that is going to be linked in the video description, in the first link. So it's not going to be linked in the description. Patreon is going to be linked in the description, and that's where you're going to find the links for all these individual sets. Oh, also, someone has asked me to put the screenshots for the actual objects, the custom content objects that are in my builds, into the Patreon post with all the usual screenshots and stuff. Additionally to the links and my list of CC that I'm using, that I put in the Patreon descriptions anyway. So no worries about that. But if you're someone who has Felix Andre CC but doesn't have all of it installed all the time, because I used to, I'm gonna continue not putting the sets in the description because his files are not named in a way that tells me which month those individual objects come from. So I'm sorry about that. I was kind of expecting that if somebody has paid for this Patreon exclusive content of his, that they then also have all of it installed at all times. I guess that was, I don't know, just some weird expectation I've had. So if this has been a problem for you in the past, that you couldn't figure out which exact objects I've put in these builds, then first off, I'm sorry about that. And from now on, there's gonna be a screenshot with the other Patreon screenshots, photos, that will tell you all the objects. So what was I talking about before? Oh yeah, so I've made this the living room, and then I've kind of taken the office, which you're gonna see a little later on. I don't know if you've noticed, but when I'm done with the build, I always go back through every single room and do some finishing touches and make sure it all kind of fits together. I think that might make my speed builds a little confusing and chaotic to watch at times, because I don't only do that at the end of builds, I sometimes do it right in the middle of doing another room. Sorry about that. But yeah, so I've taken some heavy inspiration from the actual build for the interior as well, and then I've also taken a lot of mid-century inspiration. I think in I don't know, somewhere it says that his mother used to work as an interior decorator in Finland in probably like around the middle of last century, I'm guessing. So that's where he gets a lot of inspiration for his interior from. I think his interior, as of when this documentary was made, is even more modern, or maybe postmodern. No, modern. Than what I've put in here. I think I put some more focus on it looking more like the outside of this gas station and be a little more mid-century inspired, at least this living room part. Oh yeah, also, as I said before, this only uses 3cc, and that was absolutely fine. But if you are a Patreon of Felix Andres, or for some reason have the London collection, I think that's what it's from, I would have loved, I kind of had to pull myself together to not just put it in there. So I'm talking about the Eames lounge chair and ottoman, which I think Felix Andres has done in the London collection. I hope I'm not wrong about this. That'd be very embarrassing. This needs to go in there. I'm sorry, this really needs to be in this house somewhere. So if you're a patron of his, please give me the satisfaction of putting this in there. It just belongs in there. And I've recently, not very recently, recently, written an essay about basically that object of that furniture object only, so about the Eames lounge chair and ottoman. And not that I wasn't obsessed with it before, but I guess I'm even more now. So I've made sure to put in a lot of artwork all around this place because I was, as I said, this took all the inspiration from real life. So in my mind, the person that lived here was a gallerist, and then probably also regularly used this place for entertaining. I don't really know how being a gallerist works, but I imagine you're gonna have to talk to a lot of people and set up a lot of contracts and that kind of thing, and then a place for entertaining is probably just what you need. So that's why you're gonna find a lot of artwork all over the place. And yeah, obviously you can put whatever sim you want in here, and I would love to hear it. I've gotten a few more stories lately about what you do with my builds when you play in them, and that is amazing, truly. I love that so much, so please keep that coming. If you download a build or if you renovate it even, that's so cool. So I've put in this second door right there for two reasons. One reason is I love having a kitchen that has actual access to the outside world. So this leading to this just tiny sitting area and this garden and all these big grasses. I'm a big fan of grass. And I have a whole book just about grass, and I'm sorry, I guess I'm just passionate about a lot of things. So I really love this for one reason. And then the second reason is that I thought that if this was a kind of car washing area, you know the type. I don't know if they had those in the 50s, probably not. Probably car washing worked a lot different then. I might sound really stupid right now, but you know how car washing around gas stations works these days, where you put your car on some kind of rails, I guess? I don't really know how it works. Oh my god. But yeah, you'd have this door on one side, and then on the other side, because your car has to go back out of the washing place, right? So that's what I was thinking when I put that in there. I don't know if I explained this properly, but yeah. So I also really enjoyed this dining area. As I said, I thought this was fun for entertaining because of this statue that I'm putting in right now. I discovered this on accident. Discovered is the wrong word, because I'm just putting it in the wall on accident right there. And I think it looks like such a cool modern art feature. And then the back of it was poking through into this bathroom, which is more of a feature bathroom anyway. So I've tried to make it look like this was just another piece of art in the bathroom. Also, I'm really glad I got to use this freestanding sink in there. Came with the bathroom collection, and I think it's a really fun idea to have a freestanding sink, but I've never used it before. It's somehow really hard to use. I think it calls for a very specific type of build, and I felt like this build was that specific type of build. So I made sure to have a guest bathroom where I could put that in. And then just like here, just like in this bathroom, you can see that I've tried to put some fun artsy features. So I thought he had someone come in and paint this wall for him and do this artwork on the wall directly. And I thought all this was just a very fun place to be in, and he just seemed like the kind of guy to me that would appreciate that. So again, tell me what kind of sim you put in here. I think that'd be very fun. That get together, was it get together or get famous? I think this specific one that I've put in there a few seconds ago was get together. That walk-in closet was really fun and would have fit very well, but I didn't want to have 3 different types of doors right there, with the door to the bathroom and then the closet door and then the door to the hallway. So I've changed it to, I don't know, a custom-made walk-in closet, I guess. Oh, it's not a walk-in closet, it's just a closet. And then I was looking for some kind of way to make the bed a little special. So I thought, I mean, obviously I made this up, but that you might have just 2 slabs of concrete and stack them on some art and fashion magazines and call that a bedroom. And I think it actually looks kind of cool. I'm quite happy with it. So this could also be just some fun people who are fun young people, probably, who are professionals in the art world, in your Sims world, if that's a storyline you want to go ahead with. And then I realized that I hadn't put a TV in this place, so I'm gonna delete one of those beautiful bathroom curtains and put a TV in there, because if I'm not mistaken, I haven't seen anyone really talk about this, but this was a major thing for me at least. So I think Sims can now watch TV from their beds again, right? I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. Maybe I've dreamt this. It might have been just a really nice dream, because as I said, I haven't seen anyone talk about this. At least, yeah, especially for this major change that would have been. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and also welcome to all the new people who subbed recently. I'm very glad you're here, and I will hopefully see you soon. And I love you. Bye.